Hello, good evening. First tonight to the relief of more than 4,000 former mine workers from the North East who have finally seen their pensions boosted following a lengthy campaign. A reserve of more than £2 billion held since 1994 has now been transferred back to members of the British Coal Staff Superannuation Scheme by the government. Along with a lump sum of £5,500, the money adds £100 per week on average to the pensions of former colliery workers from our region. Chris Conway reports.
It was dirty and at times dangerous work for North East miners in conditions most will never have known. The least the mine workers expected was to be able to enjoy the money they paid into their pensions in retirement. And now finally they can, because today the government has paid back the £2.3 billion investment reserve of the British Coal Staff Superannuation Scheme. Stuart Porthouse, a former colliery worker, is one of those who has long campaigned to get the money back.
We've been fighting to try and get recognised, and it's a relief at last, because over the last year we've lost another 1,800 of our members. They have gone, but fortunately the government have agreed that they'll be back paid into their estate, which is a good thing.
Stuart is one of more than 4,000 North East BC SSS members getting a 41% boost to their annual pensions, an average increase of £100 a week. It comes after the Chancellor announced the release of the surplus at last month's budget.
I will transfer the Investment Reserve Fund of the British Coal Staff Superannuation Scheme to its members.
To confirm the money was being paid today, the Minister for Industry met with former mine workers in Durham before laying a wreath to honour those who died before seeing their money repaid.
This is correcting an injustice. Certainly as we saw it, this is their money, they need to get it, and that's why we've acted so quickly. So at the previous budget last year, we did this for the mine workers' pensions, and now this year at the current budget. And mining communities are some of the poorest and most deprived in the UK. I mean, I know this, I live in one, I grew up in one, and this money isn't going to be spread around the whole country. It's going directly to the places that are most in need.
It means typically £5,000 in the miner's pocket. But what people must remember, it's not taxpayer money. It's miners' money that's been returned by this government, and we're very grateful for that.
Cash that many former mine workers feared they'd never see again.
Some of your members sadly have passed away in the time that you've been campaigning, but for the ones that are still here, this must come as a huge relief.
I mean, let's be fair, they're delighted that they're going to get something this late in life. Some of them are really concerned about all the friends that we've lost. We're down to 38,000 now, and we were much higher than that when it first started. So we've lost all them. We can't do anything about the ones that have gone, but we have to think about the future.
A future now with more financial certainty, an early Christmas present for some of the North East's former mine workers. Chris Conway, ITV News in Durham.
Farmers in the region say they are relieved as the government announces changes to the threshold for inheritance tax. After a huge backlash, the £1 million level has now been raised to £2.5 million instead. The NFU say it will greatly reduce the burden on family farms. It's also been welcomed by a number of Labour MPs in rural seats here and by North Yorkshire's Mayor, who's described it as a huge step forward. A Newcastle schoolboy says he can't wait to experience a normal Christmas after living with cancer. 8-year-old Jackson Judgen was diagnosed with leukemia in 2022. He had to learn to walk again. He finished treatment in September, and to mark that milestone, he was able to go on an early Christmas shopping trip. Katie Cole reports.
Counting down the days, Jackson Judge spent the last 3 years in and out of hospital being treated for leukemia. Finally, this Christmas, he gets to do the normal things.
It just feels better because we don't have to worry about medicine and everything. I've been in the house every Christmas, but I haven't been able to experience it properly because I've been ill.
In September, Jackson got to ring the bell at Newcastle's RVI to mark the end of his treatment. He was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 5, and many rounds of chemotherapy followed. He also had to learn to walk again.
Really poorly. It was touch and go at the beginning. But I think they said there was about an 80% chance of kind of coming through the other side, but then he ended up getting infections and things like that, so it was, you know, quite difficult. It's just nice not to be worrying year after year if, you know, last minute plans are just going to go out the window, been at the hospital. This year now, we know he's got no medication, we know that his chances are him going to hospital is just not going to happen.
Oh, I've been wanting this.
Some presents Jackson's had already after he was nominated for a special treat from the children's charity Make-A-Wish UK. He and his family got a VIP day at the Metro Centre, including a shopping spree at his favourite shop.
I was able to get loads of things, like 100. I got these 3 squishmallows. I got Nerf guns, Legos.
It was brilliant. Just in the Metro Centre and everything else in a completely different way, gone to places we wouldn't have even thought about going. But no, it was brilliant. He enjoyed it, and having a full day of no worry, no stress, just him enjoying himself being a kid.
And being a kid and enjoying the simple pleasures of Christmas is what Jackson and his family are looking forward to the most. Katie Cole, ITV News, Newcastle.
Have a great Christmas, Jackson, and your family. To sport now, 2 of our sides are in action on Boxing Day. Newcastle are away at Old Trafford to face Manchester United. Eddie Howe says he's looking forward to the challenge.
I think this will be a really good game, tough game for us. Good opportunity at Christmas to enjoy, you know, the feeling and the magnitude of these games. I think it's a great thing. I think the atmosphere will be special.
In the Championship, Middlesbrough will host Blackburn Rovers at the Riverside. Boss Kim Hellberg says with games coming thick and fast over Christmas, player rotation is going to be key.
When they come like quick like this, it also becomes a balance in terms of how many minutes the players can play. That is a little bit different from a week, Saturday to Saturday. So I think it's always important to have more than one game in your head, in your mind.
Now next, to a bit of festive family fun with former X Factor star Joe McElderry and his grandma, Hilda. They've become popular online with their podcast. It's called That's Ridiculous. From their first recording in Joe's shed to selling out venues across the North East, it's proved a hit with all generations. Amy Sutton was invited along as they recorded their Christmas episode.
In the dressing room of the Theatre Royal in full panto get-up, recording a festive edition of That's Ridiculous podcast, it's Joe McElderry and Grandma Hilda.
I haven't got my tree up yet.
You haven't?
No.
Why?
I've been a bit busy.
Doing what?
Running after you.
The pair candidly chat about the chaos and culture of modern day, share stories from time past, and gather words of wisdom from 91-year-old Hilda.
She always has been a great storyteller, and I started sharing clips on TikTok and Instagram, and I just, the engagement, people were like, oh my God, we want to see more of Hilda. Totally stole the limelight off us.
You never know where anything is. That's why I call you Where's Me? Where's me hat? Where's me coat? Where's me shoes?
We have like a loose script, and I kind of take the lead, and what we've always done is kind of not give Grandma any of that script so that you get the natural reaction from everything, and she does always keep us in check.
You take no notice.
I'll just take a percentage of your singing.
My singing? Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, clever. So you'll take it off the most lucrative side of my career.
But I don't think you're going to get anywhere with that.
But they did, and it continues to grow. And it's that family dynamic which has attracted fans across the generations.
She gets recognised everywhere she goes. Wherever I now turn up, the first question is not, oh, hi Joe, it's nice to see you. That, please tell us you brought Grandma Hilda with you.
Honestly, I was in Ulster, and wherever I go, one of the lovely girls packed me bag and everything. Because Joseph's not there to carry me back. He's too busy.
Seeing as it's the gift that keeps on giving, this duo plan to enjoy Christmas together and get back on the mic in the new year.
I think it's pretty legendary. At 91 years age, if you can sell out some venues and go on stage and people go mad for you for just sitting and chatting in your shed, you're doing all right, aren't you, I think?
I do it for Joe, really. Gives him a good laugh.
love that. Hilda and Joe, happy Christmas. And finally tonight, Newcastle Airport is expecting its busiest Christmas on record, with 110,000 passengers between today and the 1st of January. It's an emotional place to be at this time of year. And today our cameras were welcome to see some families reuniting and others saying farewell for the festive season.
Merry Christmas!
We're here today to meet my daughter, who's been in Australia for the last 2 years.
So happy to be home for Christmas, back with the family after 2 years being in Australia. And I've brought my Aussie back with me. So I hear there's news. Oh yeah, recently engaged too. So lots to celebrate. I'm from Los Angeles, and that's where I'm based, so we just travel to and from each other, and it's always a hard goodbye.
There's both, it's kind of hope and also a bit of uncertainty as well, isn't it? So
bittersweet, kind of mixed emotions for sure. I'm thrilled. This is the first time my daughter's been back in the UK for Christmas for 7 years.
This is actually his first time back in the northeast, which is where my mum obviously lives, and we live in Entebbe in Uganda.
It's been long. It's been we're like best friends, like, so it'll be good to see him, like, probably.
He's been in Australia for 2 years. Well, they went backpack for 6 weeks and then I came back.
Can't believe it. Back for Christmas with my ma. Been 2 years. Been long enough.
What's the first thing you would like to do?
Probably go to Greg's.
It's a long way for a festive bake. Safe travels if you are heading away to be reunited with your loved ones this Christmas. And welcome home if you've come back to the northeast to spend time with friends and family. The weather perhaps is a bit cold, but if you are from the northeast, that's not a problem for you. I bet you didn't even bring a coat. Here's Ross with the forecast.
Today's forecast: seafood and sugar cube towns. 2 week sponsors ITV, Tyne weather.
Hello, good evening. Another dreary day for us today. Lots of cloud around, drizzle, murky conditions. But the better news, as we head towards Christmas Day, the cloud is starting to lift and break. Brighter, sunnier skies on the way, although there is very much a chill in the air. High pressure is building from the north. It's going to allow the cloud to lift at times. It's going to cut off the strongest breezes from the North Sea. So although some cloud is feeding in and we do have a chill in those winds, again, there is some pleasant winter weather on the way as we head through the next few days. Now, that process will start as we make our way overnight. Yes, we have the cool winds coming in from the east, but we are seeing some clearer skies developing, a little bit of frost developing in those more shelter spots as temperatures drop down into the low single digits in rural areas. So a chill in the air into Christmas Eve, a little bit of frost first thing. The cloud far more willing to thin and break as we make our way through tomorrow. So we're seeing those brighter skies and sunny spells, highs of around 7 or 8 degrees, but in these winds, it is going to feel colder. As we head through the late part of Christmas Eve, overnight into Christmas Day itself, high pressure still very much in control. Again, we do have that feed coming in from the North Sea, but into Christmas Day, yes, we get those brighter breaks, but still very much a chill in the air. Have a good evening.
2 week sponsors ITV, Tyne weather.
Thank you, Ross. In just a moment, it's the national and the international news. Amy will be here later. I will see you in the new year. From all of us at Tyne, thank you very much for sharing your stories with us this year, and have a very Merry Christmas.